Hello again. In this video, we will talk about React Router DOM, which is basically how to have a React router inside your React app. I will just copy React Router DOM. You can install it with Yarn, but since I'm using NPM, I will go with NPM. So I am clearing everything. I will go NPM I React Router DOM. Now it should install the package in my project and all the important things that need to have with this project. It should be done. Let's npm start again um, and check together package to JSON. We should see we have now React DOM, we have React Router DOM, and these two is coming from the package that we just installed, React Router DOM. Nice. Now what should we do here exactly? So basically, guys, what we need to do is first of all import React Router DOM here. Why in this app? Uh, no, sorry, not here. I will have it inside app.js. Why we should apply it inside app.js? Now, when you have React Router DOM, you need also to define the home page, which is basically not allowed to be like that. You need to define when you go to home page, render this component. So first, let me show you how to import React Router DOM. So we write import something from React Router DOM. What should we import from React Router DOM? We need to import few stuff. First of all, we need the browser router. And second, we need to have the routes. And third, we need to have route. Now, browser router is to add the browser routing to all our project. As you see here, we have the browser routing holding everything inside our app. The routes is to start defining a different route. So as you see, the route now is holding our route to start defining the different routes. Route, it should be specific for each route. For example, route, when you go to path home page, which element you want to render or which component I want to render the country's component. And I will also have another route. And this route, when you go to slash, let's say JSON, it should give me another element. And this element, in this case, it should give me this API. So now I don't have to uncommit it because I can just use it in a different route. Let's try and we talk more about it. Refresh. I still see this page. I still see this component. And the reason is here we went to the home page and we said when you go to slash something, render this page. So if I write slash JSON, it should show me the component of the JSON placeholder API. And if we did slash something not exist, it would show me nothing, an empty page, because this route is basically not exist. And now we can define the, let's say, 404 page, and you can say, I will apply a new route. This route, it will be anything that not mentioned before, and the element, it will be your, let's say, uh, not found page. We don't have this component yet, but I write it just to make something very clear. The order with the route is very, very sensitive and it's very important, the order. So we start with home page. If it's not the home page, it should be slash JSON. If it's not, it should be slash something, slash something, slash something, etc. And here we say, if it was something else, but not from what we have mentioned before, So if we have slash all these are not the one that we write, and anything else, it will run the not found. But since we have right here something that is already defined before, it will render that component. For example, the JSON component. It should render the JSON component in case we have the not found. Now we don't have the not found, but you will see it will run the JSON component. We can create the not found page if you want. That's not a big deal. It's we go to components, not found.js. It's a function component. It's just an h1, uh, which you can style it the way you want. And here we write for page not found. Anything. Now we try to import it inside our app.js. And here we do like import not found from here. And we are rendering not found here. Now, if we go to blah, 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 you should see, sorry, not found, numbers, sorry, not found, home page is the home page, slash JSON is the JSON. If we make, for example, slash something else, it's not running, sorry, not found, slash JSON is the JSON API, and the home page now is this page. So basically, React routing, guys, is too simple. You need to install React Router DOM, import browser router routes and route. Browser router, it should apply to all your project, everything holding the browser router, which means I'm gonna add a browser router to all my project. Which, to make it more clear also, this div that has the class name app. When you start a new project, you see you have a class name app, and this is the div that has the class name app. And then you define routes, which is list of routes, like you can say it like this is the array of objects, array of routes. And for each route, you defined which path and which component, which path and which component. Now what we need to do, I will do a route, something like slash, for example, country, slash, here we're gonna add params, which is, let's say, country name. And then we need to render some component in this case. Now again, it's in somehow similar to Node.js, like you define the route, and if you have any variables in this route or any parameter in this route, you add it with these two dots. So slash country slash two dots, for example, country name or user ID or whatever. Now, which element we want to render, I will add just quickly, I will create a new component inside hooks folder. I will call it like one country, for example, one country.js. It's a function component. And here inside app.js, I will render this one country thing. But when we're gonna reach this, if I write here slash country slash blah, we see one country. If we change this to test, we still see one country. If we change it to something else, we still see the component. Why we still see the component? Because this one is a variable. If you take the two dots out and you refresh, you see page not found because now we are looking for an exact the same path. Slash country name. This is the only path that makes work. Slash country name. Yes, it works. But if you write something else, for example, like test or whatever, you see it's not found because it doesn't understand that this is as a parameter or a variable. If you add two dots, now this is a variable. I know this can be the value of this variable. Now it works. Also, it can be this one. It's also working, or it can be the country name, which is also working because this can be just the value of this variable. All right. Now what we need to do. When I go to all countries API, I need to make this as a link. This should be a link. I want to click on the image. Yes. And why I need to click on it? Because when you click on it, it should takes me to the page where I can see the information about this country. Like here you have list of all countries. Click on this link, this flag. It should take me to the page where I can see the flag information. So how we do this, I will print as let me see, it's like it's a backtick. No, it's a backtick thingy. I will have slash, sorry, I will go it from here. I will go to slash country name, but instead of the country name, I'm gonna use the common name. So I will use country.name.comma. Let's try. Every time I click on a flag, it should take me to the page where I can see here the flag name. For example, click here, slash country, slash Switzerland. Now go back, click here, slash country, slash Tunisia. Click here, click here, click there. Every time you click on a country, you see the country name is coming to the URL. And every time it renders the same component, which is one country. Here, for example, Luxembourg, I think. Yes, it's Luxembourg. And here we have the Netherlands. Netherlands. All right. Now, I need to check with you something, guys, very important. Please take a look at the top left of my page where you see the title of the page. When I click on a country, what happened here? You see totally a new page like is refreshing and starting from scratch. This might make your project a bit slow. But since we have React Router DOM, since we are using the React route, we don't have to think about this and we can make it much faster. How? Instead of using the attack, so it's not inside app.js as we worked before when you have order routes. No. When you go to a specific page that you want to add a link, but the link, it should not be an a tag, but instead you import something called link from React Router DOM, yes, and then take the link, add it here instead of the a tag, and instead of a href, you write to. So it will basically be, I have added a link to this place from React Router DOM and check the difference. Let me go back to the home page and please check the difference. Keep your eyes here. When I click on a country, do you see it's refreshing? No. Do you see it's loading? No. It's already loaded. It's so fast. You don't see that loading page. You don't feel it's going from scratch. You just feel you switching from a page to another page very quickly. And that is the secret behind React and behind React Router DOM. It's not, it's basically not going to a new route. Every routes are already defined inside React and the components are already loaded. You just switch between them by using the link. So try not to use the React app, not to use the A link because the A link, it will make the page refresh every time you go to the new page. It will take like few seconds, even here, like here you see like 1-2 seconds until you see this page. Go back 1-2 until you see this. But if we did with link, let's see, refresh just to be sure. Go to this page. Now go back one, like we didn't wait. We didn't even wait 2 seconds. It just directly works without refreshing any page. For example, Japan is here. Now we finish how we make the React routing. React routing is basically you go to your app.js, you install React Router DOM and browser router routing routes, browser router to all the project routes. It's the array, and route is each route specifically. Path, what is the link element, what is the component that you want to render. Inside countries, we have added a link. This link, it will go to /country/country name.com to be able to add the command name inside the country. And here we're gonna receive this as a props or params, let's say, because we have it inside the params link, like here, Switzerland. Now, to be able to have the params, it's very easy. Import what use params from React Router DOM. Like use state, use effect, I'm gonna have use params. And here in this function, I will go with const params equal use params, which mean I have initialized all the params that I have in the browser inside a variable called params. Let me show you what is this params with use effect, because I need to have use effect here. Effect. The reason I need to have use effect, I want to console log the params when the page is loaded. So I must have the use effect that it will console log to me what is params. Now let's check the inspect, and let me go back to the home page. This is the home page. Take me to the console, refresh, and there is nothing here in the console. Click on here, and now you can see we have one params. This params has country name, and the value is it's Switzerland. So it should be console log params dot country name. Why country name? Basically, because we write in the app.js here the variable as a country name. Now refresh again, you can see the params is Switzerland. Go back to all countries. This is all the countries. Click here, the params is Hungary. Go back all countries, click here, the params is France. So every time you receive a different params. Now what I will do, since I have a common name, I can filter the result here, not in the React route, sorry, but in the API. I can get all the data by name, and here by name, search by country name. If you want to get an exact match, use the next endpoints. It can be the common or official value, which mean you can filter the data by using either the common name or, which is this one, sorry, either by the common name or by the official value. One of you, I'm gonna use the common name. So it would be something like, where is it here? HTTP name, and then here we have the country name. So we go with use effect, Axios dot get. I want to get this dot then we have result, as we learned before, console log result dot data, and then we have dot catched and error, console log the error. All right, but instead of we having the name should be changed with the params. So let me change this to the backtick and change whatever inside the name here with params.country.name. Now let me refresh the page, and you see the params was France, and the data from the API is just one object, and this object is all about France. If we go to flags, we check the flag PNG, we should see it's the French flag, which is yes. And if you check the name, you see the common name France. Now let me try a different country. For example, boom, let's check what is this country. You see this is check, and this is the data. Now let's try a new one. Let's say this one. And you will see this is Brazil, and the data is this data, which will be about Brazil. Now I need to have a use state as well to save this information in the state, use state, and I want to initialize it. So we go with const country info, and then we have set country info equal to use state, and now I will go with set country info to set the country info data, I guess dot zero, because we have array of just one object. And now the country info here, we would be doing like, if you have country info, then do something which is one div, we're gonna return multiple stuff, or nothing if you don't have that country info. And here I will have inside an H3, for example, we're gonna have a link to home page, and I will write show all countries, show all countries, and the link should be imported from React Router DOM. So it should be something like after we refresh, let me just print here, for example, country info dot name dot common. And now what you should see, we are having the Brazil country, show me all country. It will take me here, click here. We are now checking Italia, check all country. I don't have the console needed anymore. Click here, and the country is Egypt. Now, what should we print exactly here if we have the country information? I will go to the API quickly. I'm gonna print the official name in an H1. So here I will do quickly an H1. This H1 is country dot name dot official. Okay. And what else? I will print the common name as an H5 or an H4. I will print the common name. Something like this. We need to have the flag. So let's have another div that has an image. This image has source, and this source is country info dot name, sorry, country info dot flags dot png, and we have the alt attribute, which is country info dot flags dot alt. The flag, it would be too big, I think, in this case. Yes, for example, here we have the official name is Arabic Republic of Egypt. The country common is Egypt. To make it, uh, I will take this out, and here I will do between braces, something like this. Yes, so Arabic Republic of Egypt, and here we have the common name. Now, for the country, I will use also the country box, if you don't mind, as a class here. Yes. So here we have Arabic Republic of Egypt. This is Egypt. Show me all countries. Go back to this one. This is Hungary, and then go to this here. People's Democratic Republic of Algeria, which is Algeria. Go back. Done. here, Republic of Iraq. Where is the Netherlands? Here we go. Kingdom of the Netherlands, which is Netherlands, and this is the flag. We can also print any data we want, for example, the capital. So we go something like after the image, we have here an H2 with capital is what? Is basically country info dot capital. Let's check. Capital is Amsterdam. Let's go to here. This is Saint Martin. Capital is Marigot. Uh, Mexico, I think. Mexico capital is Mexico City. Switzerland capital is Bern. What else? South Africa capital is this. And now we can switch between all the countries. This is, I think, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, United Kingdom, and the capital is London. What else we need to print instead of the capital? We can also print the ratio, for example. The maps. Okay, let's have fun with like maps. Uh, so here I will do like uh, a div. Again, this div has a first link to, and here we write show in Google Map, and we have open street maps. And here we have another link to show in street maps. Now, what we need to go to, I will go to country info dot what maps dot Google Maps. And here I will copy this one here. Instead of Google Maps, open street maps. Let's try. Now refresh. I don't want to see them like that. I want to have each one in a separate div. Okay. Show in Google Maps. Click. It open Google Maps and it takes me to United Kingdom. All right. And this one, it should be OpenStreetMap. I don't know what it is, but it should take me to OpenStreetMaps to London directly, I think, which is here, Great Britain. Let's try another country. Show all country, please. Let's go to Greece and let me see the Greece on street map. The capital Athena, you can see here region Greece, blah, blah, blah. And here we go. This is Greece. So this is basically how we guys, of course, we can continue printing everything, but I don't think now it's really important. So what we have done here, basically, we have added route to print all the countries, route to print the API JSON placeholder, and route to print a specific details for one country, Italia. This is the page, capital Rome, blah, blah, blah. How we did this? It was basically use params to get the params from the URL. The params is basically was defined inside app.js here, country name, this is the params, and use effect, use state, use effect for like component mount, and we make this running just one time. Now, this is what we talked about. React hooks use effect has missing dependency, which is params.country_name, which mean you are just running the use effect one time and it's affecting this params. This params can be changeable. So pass it here. Every time you change the params, we run it again. All right, we passed it here and now you see we don't have any error. And then use state, use effect. We talked about them in the previous video. user router or React router DOM, browser router to hold the route in all the project routes. It's like the array that holds many objects, and each route is a specific object individually. So this was our session about the router. Please let me know if you have any questions and wish you all the best.